Screening in JBI Summary occurs at two different stages. The first is screening at the title and abstract stage, which involves screening only the titles and abstracts of the records that you've imported into JBI Summary following your search. This determines the relevance of each record and whether it should be included at the full text screening stage. What we need to do is ask ourselves, do we include or exclude these records based on the relevance of the information presented in the abstract and the title? So in the example here, I'm on the main page of the screening tab. We will discuss the details of the information each of these boxes provides later in the video. For now, we will click on the title and abstract box, and it will take us to a new title and abstract screening page. Starting from the top left under the heading, this page includes abilities to filter and sort records, manually enter a record citation details, import new records, export records, show highlighted keywords, and show and hide abstracts. Please refer to the importing records from EndNote, and importing records from other databases videos, which will go over the process of importing records into JBI Summary with more detail. We can filter or search for specific records by typing the keyword or phrase into the search bar, and it will show any records that match the keyword or phrase you have entered. By default, the imported records are sorted in ascending alphabetical order by author name, but we can also select other ways to sort records, such as descending alphabetical order by author name, year of publication, alphabetical order by title, whether notes are included, or whether a full text link is available. In the navigation bar below, we can see the screening progress of records. Awaiting screening shows the number of records that we, as individual participants, are able to screen. Next to that, we can see the agreed number of records that were included and excluded in parentheses. Then, there are the resolved and conflicted subtabs. Conflicts can only occur when the number of times a record needs to be screened is set at 2. If 2 reviewers mark a record with different decisions, one reviewer includes and another reviewer excludes. Then the record will be moved to the conflicted subtab. Conflicts can then be resolved by the participants selected by the project owner to manage them in the screening settings under the Overview tab of the main navigation bar. Please refer to the video Setting up the rules for record screening for further information. Once the conflicted records have been resolved, they will appear in the Resolved subtab, as well as the relevant Included or Excluded subtab, depending on the final decision made. Once a conflict has been resolved, however, the participants who made the initial decisions that created the conflict cannot revert their decisions. Only the conflict resolver is able to revert a resolved decision, and if done, the record will move back to the conflicted subtab. The number of records that I've personally screened so far will appear in the My Decisions subtab. Here, we can revert our decisions if they are not resolved conflicts. If you make a mistake at any time and want to change one of your decisions, you can do this here by selecting the Revert My Decision button next to the decision of the corresponding record. The record will then be sent back to the Awaiting Screening section to be screened again. Project owners are able to revert project-level decisions, that is, records that have been included or excluded in duplicate, by navigating to the relevant Included or Excluded tab and selecting the Revert Team Decision button on the far right of the corresponding record. This action will move the record back to awaiting screening and will need to be screened again. To demonstrate how title and abstract screening works, I'm going to make the decision to include the first record, exclude the second, and include the third. So in this example, a second user has made the opposite decision to what I have made for these particular records. That means the outcome of these records is conflicted. To resolve the conflict, the participants allocated to manage conflicts can navigate to the Conflict tab and choose whether this record is going to be included or excluded at the title and abstract level following discussion between us. So, for example, you can see that I've chosen to include this record and JBI Summary has chosen to exclude it. I can then make the final decision to include or exclude again based on the relevance of the information presented in the abstract and the title to our inclusion and exclusion criteria. In these examples, I'm going to click Include for both. The records will then move out of the conflicted category and into the resolved category. Now, if I were to jump back to our Screening Overview tab, you'll notice that the number of records that are now available for full text screening on the right-hand panel is 2. This is because we included these records at the title and abstract level, which are now available as a full text in the full text screening phase. If we want to see the progress and statistics of the title and abstract screening phase, we can simply go back to the main screening page. In the title and abstract box, we can see the number of records I've screened and the number of records I included and excluded, as well as whether I've resolved any records, if I have that ability. At the project level, we can see 3 elements, including the progress bar, the donut chart, and the list. The project level progress bar shows the percentage of records that have been screened out of the total number of records. The total number of records can be found inside of the donut chart below the progress bar. This is the number of imported records with duplicate records removed. For itemized project level progress, we can see a list with the number of included records that were eligible for full text screening, the number of excluded records at the title and abstract screening stage, the number of conflicts that need to be resolved, the number of records that have been screened by one person if the minimum was set at 2, the number of records that have not been screened by any of the participants yet, and finally, the total number of resolved conflicts by the whole team. We can also see the number of individual decisions other project members have made by clicking on the drop-down arrow next to participants at the bottom of the title and abstract box.